I mean, when is the government finally going to tell us the fucking truth? You know, about these UFOs, UAPs, whatever. First of all, not the most remarkable, amazing thing is that this should be a surprise to anybody. Seriously. Seriously. Even if you're religious, the Bible says God created the heavens and the earth. How can anybody with any brain cells at all honestly fucking believe that in a universe that is almost fucking infinite, and we're not talking about a billion plus planets or stars, we're talking like a billion galaxies out there, like the Milky Way galaxy. I mean, you're talking billions of light years across this fucking universe. But yet, only some of us stupid ass humans would think we're the only fucking life form in this whole fucking universe. I'll be honest with you, my whole life I've never believed that. Why? I'm not even that great at advanced mathematics, but it would be literally not improbable, but impossible. It would be impossible. Now, is there going to be life like people like us walking around, or cats like my Romeo walking around? He's about ready to get underneath my blanket and keep me warm? No, probably not. I mean, there could be life forms that are like sickle cell anemia. Is that what you call it? Anemia? In other words, amoebas. Of course there's life out there. Shit. And then you get this argument that certain scientists will say, or physicists will say, well, we're unique because everything had to become perfectly aligned. The stars had to become perfectly aligned for humans to evolve and other animals to evolve on this planet. Just because of the oxygen, the temperature, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So right away, these narrow-minded pricks automatically assume that every life form out, they're so egotistical. They think every life form out there has to be either an Earth-type animal or an Earth-type human. And therefore, it has to live on a temperature with a planet like ours and oxygen level like ours. What bullshit. What bullshit. I'll prove it to you. What about fish? They live in the ocean, right? Not on land. So you don't think there's other animals out there, other creatures that might be able to live in, minus 200 degree Fahrenheit weather? Or maybe there's creatures out there that can live in 200 degree Fahrenheit weather? Think about it. Yeah, like, think of the ego it fucking takes to assume that there's no life anywhere else in the universe because there's very few planets like ours in the universe. Well, we don't even fucking know that. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty, there's probably millions of planets like ours that can inhabit life with the same temperature and oxygen levels. We just don't know about them. We make these great leaps and jumps about the universe, yet we've never been farther than the moon with people. Sure, we've sent probes out there. It's all bullshit. Of course there's life forms out there. Wait, can you imagine? Wait. To be honest, if I'm living in an infinite universe and I'm the only fucking life form here, think about it. How could we be the only life form when we've got so many shitty people living here? liars, thieves, narcissists, just terrible criminals, murderers. Do you folks honestly believe that in a society as shitty as ours, at times with certain people, that and such poverty spread out throughout the world and wars, that we are the one and only life form on in the whole universe? You know how some people can't wrap their mind around there being other life forms out there, or UFOs, UAPs? I'm the opposite. I cannot wrap my mind out of the fact that there wouldn't be anybody else out there. And I've always felt this way my whole life. Always. Always, always, always. And I'm not even one that's seen any UFO. I've probably seen weird shit in the sky that I didn't know what it was, but and trust me, I've read some people that I believe probably are from another planet. Think about it. Some of the people you meet in real life probably aren't even human anyway. There's probably non-humans walking around us. Some of the people I've met in my life, they're so soulless, heartless, and gutless, they don't even come across like a human. And then let's talk about my favorite subject, the obesity in America. You know, I go to the Circle K over here, and it's like, or Walmart occasionally, and I mean, even out here where it's sunny, it's going to be 80 degrees today, you know, and people don't have an excuse not to go outside and exercise. I still see people that are so 400 pounds. Wait, I don't have to go off Earth to see people that don't look human. I can walk in my local 7-Eleven or Circle K, and 75% of those people have just their bodies have been deformed by obesity, or they've tatted themselves up like fucking pirates or whatever. They don't look human to me. So this notion, this idea, this big surprise that we're being visited by aliens, or maybe there's another group of life forms living under our oceans or something. How would we know? How the fuck would we know? In fact, there was an incident not too long ago where one of our nuclear submarines was traversing somewhere in the ocean, and they picked up on their radar some underground ship. It wasn't a whale, it wasn't anything like that. They picked up a ship that was something like, I guess it was some type of submarine, or maybe it was a dual submarine flying craft. I don't know. But they picked this thing up on their radar, and they almost hit it too. And it was something like 20, 30, maybe even 50 times bigger than a fucking submarine. So, you know, I can see why the government's lying about it. They don't want to panic people. That's why they're leaking this shit out slowly. See, if they do a slow leak, you don't get panicked as much. In other words, if all of a sudden it was like one of those 1950s science fiction movies where you had a flying saucer landing on the lawn of the White House, sure, people would freak out. So they ease you into it, you know. You know, they ease you very slowly into this. They're not easing me slowly into this because I know their game. Now, have they captured or shot down or picked up, retrieved crashes of these UFOs, UAPs? Obviously they have. Have there been biologicals? That's what they call them. Any type of life form in them? Of course they have. They've admitted it. And why this would be a shock to anybody, I have no clue. I have no fucking clue. And see, our best scientists and physicists, they're so ignorant and naive. They're under this impression that the fastest you can travel is the speed of light. But see, that's coming from a civilization like ours, which could be 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, even 1,000,000 years behind another civilization. We're traveling at the speed of light, might be considered slow to them. In fact, I'm willing to bet that any of these so-called aliens that can traverse the universe from one end to the next or from one galaxy to the next, I personally believe they are not even traveling at the speed of light. I think what they're doing is utilizing some type of advanced time travel where they can literally like just dematerialize in one, they can dematerialize in one area, materialize billions of light years away just in a matter of minutes or something. I think they've got that type of capability. I know most of you don't think so, but we're talking a civilization maybe 1,000,000 years advanced than us, 500,000 years, whatever. So 100,000 years, yeah. So these people have the capability, these creatures, these life forms have a capability of being able to basically traverse the universe using some type of either time machine or just being able to, like I said, the technology is so far out there, I can't even wrap my head around it, but they do have it. They would have it, yes. hmm And see, in the past, we didn't have the radar, the technology to pick up all these UAPs as much as we do now with our more high-tech equipment and computers. So a lot of them we just never picked up on with radar, cameras. Prior to 100 years ago, we didn't have radar cameras. So it's a real new, that's why we're finding more and more of these things. They've been out there the whole time. We just weren't able to pick them up and see them. Are they benevolent? Are they harmless? I believe they are. I truly believe they are. Why? Because if they weren't, they would have already fucked us up a long time ago. In fact, I think it's been proven that they've probably stopped nuclear wars. There's been many incidents where these crafts are flying over our nuclear silos, Russian silos, Chinese silos, and they basically have the capability to disarm these. They can keep these nukes from flying out of the ground. Now, why do they have an interest in that? A couple of reasons. I mean, if they're living under our oceans, they definitely want to protect the planet. And if they're not living under our oceans, obviously they see our planet as something different in the galaxy. We are a unique planet, but we're not the only unique planet. So they probably don't want to see us destroy ourselves for many reasons. They probably want to study us. And if we set off a nuclear explosion and blew this Earth up, it would have a recurring effect across the whole galaxy and other parts of the universe and other galaxies. So you folks that do not believe that there are UAPs out there, you're delusional.